Ramja.
Round one, fight! You win!
Now then, here's Highland Andy, or Highlandy for short, the pinnacle of Snowflake Iron Men accounts. His goal is to do everything Gielinor has to offer, once and only once. This is HighlanderMan. I was right to be mad about the monkey task. These things are going to be haunting my dreams with how much pain this task has caused me. But let's start from the beginning. There's a couple of things we had to do before we resorted to monkey side. We grabbed our one training bow and arrows from the range tutor to be used later, and then did a training method some of you might remember, but I certainly forgot about it. Training dummies. There's a few of them scattered around the world, although some of them we can't reach. Each whack gives you 5 attack experience, but only up to level 8, so it makes sense to do them now while we still can, even if the experience is pitiful. Gotta squeeze every penny, after all. Now, please enjoy this contractually obliged montage. There's another dummy in here, but to get in, we need to progress through the Death Plateau quest, and you'd have to be crazy to think I'd do all that for 5 experience. Guess I'm insane! We grabbed the Asgarnian ale from our bank and headed to the security stronghold to get some free early money that we'll need for a lot of early things. We called it quits after the first 2 floors though, as the spiders look a bit too Australian for my liking. We'll come back later when we're less likely to instantly die. Next up, we headed to Karamja to grab the pre-made Burberry special that you can find on a table there. Right now would be a good time to explain this. As I'm exploring around, I'll often pick up the assorted ground spawning junk that I find. I won't be showing all of it as that would take forever, but if you see random tables and tiles marked, that means I've already grabbed the items on those places, so just keep that in mind. I forgot how randomly dangerous everywhere can be when you're a noob. Almost everything is trying to kill me. Bit of a trek, but we get the juice and easy escape our way back to Burnthorpe. We get our friend Blackout drunk so we can take advantage of him and rob him blind. What a wholesome game RuneScape is. With a combination in hand, we play with our balls and we can gain access to the storeroom and finally hit the dummy. Worth it! We then headed to Witch Haven and Camelot Castle for the found dummies, only to find out that they are fake dummies that can't be hit for experience. Scammed by the wiki. On our way to the monkeys, we were shortly distracted by the pinball random event, and did our 1 completion for 5 free emeralds. Nice. With that out of the way, it's time for some monkey killing. There are a total of 85 monkey spawns in the game, and our task is to kill 47 of them. Sounds simple enough, but we can only actually reach 51 of them, so if we ever get a monkey task of more than 4 in the future, Slayer will become impossible. I like those odds. Not sure what Turiel has against monkeys to make you murder them, but as we're doing this, I'll explain how I'll be keeping track of NPC kills from now on. Introducing the spreadsheet. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. this spreadsheet. Using the wiki as a guide, I will keep track of all the kills I get in these tables. Each time I get a kill, I'll update the table to mark it. It's a bit tedious, but that's how it works. I'll also be using this to keep track of other things that RuneLake can't track for me, such as shops used and random events completed. I'll put a public link down below so you can follow along. You could even use it for future episode spoilers if you really wanted. Snape kills! Because I lose my NPC tags between game sessions, I might accidentally kill the same NPC twice. I will try and respect the individual spawns as much as possible, but at the end of the day, most monsters are fungible. Which means that killing one copy is the same as killing any other. I won't purposely cheat, but I also won't lose any sleep if I kill 7 brown cows when I should have killed 6 brown cows. Anyway, enough of that, we've got monkeys to kill. I then went and ruined my account, yet again, by crossing this log for the second time. For some reason, I thought that because I had no agility requirement, it wouldn't grant agility experience, but it does. Luckily, I failed it and only got 2 tainted agility experience. And I was very quickly punished for daring to disrupt the sanctity of Snowflake Ironman accounts.
Avenge me! No!
I quickly rushed back to get my items. Dumbass me had taken my cash stack with me like some kind of ultimate Iron Man wannabe, so I had to sell one of my new emeralds to pay for the boat ride. I was also carrying the training arrows for some reason, so they're gone now. But saddest of all was that I have now permanently lost my Iron Man armour, so we'll have to get ourselves some regular man iron to replace it. With the dust settled, we now know that the right side of the Karamjan Island is now locked to us. Unless we can somehow mushroom our way over there, there's no way to reach the island without breaking the rules. Should have thought that before, really. Time for the rebuild. So we headed to Varrock to do some shopping. For shops, the rule is that you can buy as much of each item from each shop that they stock, that you can buy in a single click. So for arrows, that's 50 because they stack, but unstackable items, that will be 27, as you need to be able to hold the coins to buy them. If the shop stocks less than that, then that becomes the new limit. Also, if you buy less than the max in your first purchase, that's your lot. No hopping world shenanigans to get cheaper items. Yep, it's pretty arbitrary, but that's the best interpretation I could think of for doing stuff only once. It's all a balance between how you want to interpret the rules and what makes for good YouTube content. It's up for debate, so if you think it should be changed, then let me know in the comments and I'll gladly discuss it. We did it again. We went into explain mode. Back to this cursed Karamja again. We killed all the monkeys we could reach with melee, banking all the bones to be used on the Chaos Altar in the future. Now, the only monkeys left can only be killed at ranged, so we needed to get ourselves a range setup. Because our arrows are going to be severely limited in this mode, I wanted to get our range bonus as high as we can to use as few arrows as possible. That means we need leather equipment, but the only way to get that is to craft it ourselves. So let's start crafting. We started by shearing all the sheep. Am I seriously being crashed at Fred the Farmer's sheep field? Look at this guy, go home, you're done here. I got trolled by the wiki some more, as these sheep are permanently bald. I even went down this whole mental rabbit hole about getting to the Fisher realm to shear the 10 sheep that spawn there. It's technically possible, as Merlin's crystal doesn't give any experience rewards, and we should be able to get there without finishing the Holy Grail quest all the way, and I want to be as efficient as possible to get the most out of the content, but then I didn't do that because I realised it would give me a grand total of 25 crafting experience, and that would be stupid. So we moved on to making glass. We won't be blowing any of it just yet, but making the molten glass in a furnace has no requirements and gives us 20 XP a pop, which is better than anything else we can do at level 1. So it's back to Karamja again to gather seaweed. Will I ever leave this island? Then to Entrana, then to Relica, then to Zaya, ending up with plenty of seaweed. We then had to go on a long shopping quest for buckets, clearing out the stock from every shop we could find. We used the buckets to gather sand from Entrana and Yanil sand pits. I tried Relica 2, but that's locked behind the Fremnik trials. I'm allowing 1 inventory of sand per pit, as that's how much you can get from a single click. I also bought all the sand, seaweed and soda ash we could get from Trader Stan's Port Khazad division. Shout out to Trader Stan. With the ingredients all collected, get ready to throw me into prison because I'm about to distribute some Class A dopamine.
Oh, yes! 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 Come on!
We now have the level to move on to spinning flax into bowstrings. We're allowed to pick as much flax from each plant until it despawns. The amount per plant is random, so hopefully we don't get screwed by some RNGs on this one. This makes me kind of nostalgic. Reminds me of the good old days when a single breadwinner could feed his whole family working an honest job like picking flax. Those were the days. Whoops, not sure what happened there. Must have slipped into one of those nostalgia-fueled time portals again. Anyway, with all of the flax from the Sears village picked, we moved on to the gnome stronghold. On the way over, we did our one completion of the most important random event, the Quizmaster. Of course, we chose the mystery box as our prize for a chance to receive the elusive stale baguette reward. But will we get the 1kc bread? Well, you just have to wait to tune in next time to find out. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, we didn't get shit. We decided to do a detour on the way to unlock the EasyScape teleport to Barbarian Assault, so we can get over there quicker in the future. Look at this place. I literally didn't know where I was, because once you unlock the games necklace, you never see this spot ever again. With the future teleport unlocked, we set to work picking and spinning all the flax from the gnome stronghold area. This was enough to get us enough crafting levels to craft all the leather we would need. We even did our one completion of the gnome agility course while we were here, which got us to level 2 agility. I thought it might make running around slightly better, but nope, that's not how it works. Agility is going to suck. I realised I didn't show each and every level up. There was quite a lot and that would take forever, so as a compromise, here's all of them at once. With the crafting grind done, it's time to grab some leather. The wiki says there is one leather spawn in the entire world, so we need to get to the Zale once again to go and grab it. We took a boat to Land's End and did some scavenging to see what freebies we could find around. Did you know that you can get some hunting traps from here? Because I didn't. We got our butt up to the Shazen camp and find out that those bastards lied to us. The leather here can't be reached without a telegrab, because we're incapable of squeezing between the world's largest gap between two small stools. Oh, the humanity. Looks like we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. We headed to the world's best training spot, the Lumbridge Cow Field, to grab enough hides to make a full set of leather armour, and took them to our boy Ellis to get them tanned.
My name is Ellis, but some people call me Ellis. But I really prefer Ellis.
Just another heads up, we aren't limiting usage of shops like the Tanner or the Sawmill, because we only have access to one of each of those anyway, and it would be too restricted to cut them off so soon. With our full leather set made, we had just one more task to do before we could finish off those pesky monkeys. We decided to go for our hard leather body, which requires 10 defense, so we need to do a bit of training to get there. The best monster for this would be something that can't be assigned as a Slayer task, and the obvious contender is every Pure's first love, rock crabs. It only took a handful of kills to get to 10 defense, and so we are finally ready to finish off this dang monkey Slayer task. I can't imagine this zoo's terms of service allow this, but we started by slaughtering the caged ones in there. Once again, the wiki lied to us, saying that there are 15 monkeys here in the cage, while only 6 of them can actually be killed. Luckily, there was still just enough left on the other side of the Carangan Island to finish our task, although we wasted a lot of hours in the process. Wait a minute, why didn't we just train our range level up a bit so that we didn't need so many arrows? I promise I'm not new to this game, I'm just an idiot. But we did it, finally! We finished our second Slayer task. If we ever get another monkey task though, we are screwed. In order to try and get a bit further with Slayer though, I have come up with a cunning plan. If we can get to 40 combat, we can start getting tasks from Vanica. Now, the chance of being able to finish any of those tasks is close to 0, but we can at least get a few kills into each task before we have to reset the task with Chirel. This should hopefully let us progress a little more before it becomes impossible, as long as we get a little bit lucky on the tasks. To get to 40 combat, we've got plenty of training to do, which means we need plenty of food. So as we leave you today, Andy's going to be doing some fishing. Catch you next time! Thank you for watching again. I'm really blown away by the response to the first episode. This has come out way better than anything else I've ever made. Sorry for the delay on this one. I ended up in a whole other country for a while. But I'm back. Hopefully we'll be progressing a bit faster on this. Need to get into the swing of things, learn how to make videos a bit better. But I'm getting there. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See ya.